Hey friends, welcome back to our channel, or if you're new here, I'm Alyssa.
I'm Garrett.
And we're the Leffersons, and today we have a Disney trip announcement. Actually, not just one.
But two.
So as we said, we technically have two Disney trip announcements to give you guys today, and basically because we are going to Disney 2 times in the month of June.
Yeah. So one of them is just a short little trip. We're actually heading down to Florida for the wedding of one of our very good friends, and part of that is let's hop over to Disney. So that is kind of a shorter one, but then we're going again for a longer trip.
Yes, and the longer trip is actually a trip that has been rescheduled 4 times due to COVID, and we are going with my sister and brother-in-law and my niece who have never been to Walt Disney World. So
It's pretty exciting.
you'll have to stay tuned for the rest of the video. We do give a lot of tips and tricks for first timers. If you are going to Disney, this trip announcement might give you some information of some things to do for your trips. So keep on watching.
The first trip that's coming up in June is actually we're flying down to Orlando to go to a wedding in Daytona Beach.
Yeah.
But we're not going to Daytona Beach till the day after we land. We actually are going to be staying at a hotel right next to the airport.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect, but we'll probably do a room tour or something like that. But make sure you are following us on Instagram at the Leffersons in case we don't vlog it. We'll still put a bunch of stuff up on there.
Yeah, because we've actually never stayed at an airport hotel by Orlando. We always just usually go to a Disney resort. So if you're looking to stay at a hotel near the airport, we might be able to give you a good hotel option for that. We're literally just staying there for the night. The next day we are taking an Uber over to Daytona. We're gonna be there for the whole weekend. And then on Sunday, we are taking a van with a big group of us back to Orlando, and we're actually staying in an Airbnb.
We're staying in a Verbo.
Oh yeah, VRBO, same thing, right?
So there are going to be 7 of us staying at this house. It is, from what I understand, Alyssa booked it all, it's pretty central to Disney World, so we're gonna, the only downside is we'll have to kind of Uber back and forth or Lyft or whatever is the easiest for it.
I'm kind of realizing after I booked this house that it's cheaper if you're going with a big group of people, because I think it sleeps like 11 people, a lot of people. But there's also like there's pros and cons to it. So I think we're maybe gonna try to do a short vlog of the Airbnb just to give you another option of a different place to stay off-site and kind of give you pros and cons for that as well. On Monday, June 7th, so this is literally like less than a week from now, from this video coming out, we are going to be in Magic Kingdom with all of our friends.
Yep. And this, for some people, they haven't been in a while, and it's super exciting. We're also gonna try and split our day between Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. As soon as we can park hop, everybody has park hopping, and we're just gonna jump. And it's gonna be a little bit different than for us because we can't really take a siesta in the middle of the day.
No.
So we're just gonna go hard, open to close, and just survive on caffeine and magic.
And honestly, like, we were with our friends the other day and they mentioned Animal Kingdom. They also mentioned Epcot. So I feel like we might end up doing 4 parks that day. I don't know. We also don't really know if we're gonna vlog that day. Just because we're gonna be with a lot of our friends. We will probably be blowing up the Instagram though. Like, regardless, we're gonna blow up Instagram. So if you don't see a vlog from that day, sorry.
And because we just like to, we want to spend time with our friends and not focus on trying to get the shot or whatever it is. Of course, if we see something cool or different, we are gonna share it again on Instagram at the Leffersons, or we have our Facebook group as well, and they kind of talk to each other.
But also, if you see us in the parks and we're with a big group of friends, like, still say hi.
Say hi.
We always love talking to you guys, so
100%.
just come say hi to us if you see us. So then on that Tuesday, we're actually just doing like a day at our house that we're staying at. They have a pool, so we're just gonna kind of do that. That night, we are gonna do Disney Springs. Yes. So I, again, don't think we're gonna vlog it. It's just hard with a big group of friends. I just don't think it just doesn't feel right to us. So this is more of like a Disney trip. Like, if you see us, great. There's probably not gonna be vlogs, but Instagram will be happening. Yes. And then that Wednesday is the day that we check out, but we actually either might vlog that day or go live that day because it's just the 2 of us going to Disney that day. Oh. I don't even think Garrett knows.
I did not know that.
I technically have park passes for us to go to Hollywood Studios that day.
We're going to Hollywood Studios apparently.
So yeah,
we should probably go live.
We should go live. I don't know if we're actually gonna vlog just because we're checking out that day. It might be kind of hectic, but
I'll bring all the stuff so we can go live.
yeah, so maybe we'll go live this next Wednesday on June 9th.
So if that tickles your fancy, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and that bell icon, because when we go live, we'll announce it on Instagram and on the social feed of YouTube, but then when we go live, it'll be boo, the Leffersons are going live.
Yes, and if you guys enjoy Disney trip announcements, you should give this video a thumbs up right now so you don't forget, okay? Thanks!
So we fly back to good old Chicagoland.
Yep.
And then we go back to Disney 5 days later?
I think it's 6 days later.
6 days later.
We come back Wednesday, June 9th, and then we leave again on Tuesday, June 15th. So just a little background on our next trip to Walt Disney World. This is gonna be a big one because we are going with my sister, my brother-in-law, and my niece. My brother-in-law and niece have never been to Walt Disney World. My sister hasn't been in over like 15 years. So it's kind of like all their first times.
I'm excited.
It's really gonna be exciting, and I have planned this trip to a T. We usually don't plan like very many details because we go so often, but since we're going with first timers, like,
we want all the magic.
yes, and we want to give them all the magic too because they are spending the money to be there for that amount of time. So we are gonna be there for a full week, 7 days, technically 8 full days. And we are going to do an actual split stay, which we've never done before. Where are we staying for the first 4 nights,
So
Garrett?
the first 4 nights we're staying at Art of Animation Family Suite Nemo Edition because we stayed at the Lion King, but we did not vlog the Nemo room, but
Yeah.
we will this time and kind of talk about its quirks and features, and it's pretty similar to the Lion King one, but Nemo themed.
Technically, Finding Nemo, those suites are considered more of the preferred
Yes.
because they are closer to the main building.
They're in
and
the center
pool.
of the resort.
Yeah, and they're closer to the Skyliner, so excited to give you a room tour of all that.
And of course, you know, if you want to see a tour of Art of Animation, we actually did it on our last trip.
Yeah.
And that actually will give you a good idea of Art of Animation. But our split stay, we are changing and switching over to...
The Riviera.
Finally. If you've been around for a second, you know that we love the Riviera. Goals are to be DVC and like live there. And it's just a wonderful place. We're so excited to actually be able to stay there and experience the Riviera.
Exactly. So La Riviera is definitely a deluxe resort. We're going from a value, which is Art of Animation, to a deluxe. Thankfully, it's just a Skyliner away, so it'll be a quick transition, but this is just a dream come true. Actually, since this has been rescheduled 4 times, my sister and brother-in-law are actually paying for that amount of our stay. Since it is a deluxe resort, it's definitely more expensive, but they're paying, and so we're like, sure, we'll stay at the Riviera, but we are staying in a 1-bedroom villa, so that'll kind of be cool. It has like a full kitchen and everything. We'll give you guys a room tour of that as well. It's gonna be amazing.
But on to the actual trip. So we are flying down Tuesday, June 15th. And like we say, our #1 piece of advice is if you are able to, take the first flight out of wherever you're flying from to Orlando, because then that almost gives you an entire day without having to actually pay for a hotel room. So our flight leaves just after 6 in the morning and gets to Florida about 9:40.
I just want to say another big tip is that this day is actually not going to be a park day.
No.
It's going to be relaxed. It could be a park day, but honestly, if you're taking that first flight out, like last time we took the first flight out, we got up at 2:30 a.m. That was a struggling park day. Like we struggled to make it through. So this is gonna be a more relaxing first day, which is if this is your first time at Disney, definitely recommend the first day to just like explore the resort, explore your area, maybe go to Disney Springs. So that's what we're gonna be doing.
And they're still running the Magical Express, so we're gonna go down, check into that, jump on it. Hopefully our room is ready by the time we get there. If not, we'll get there just in time to eat lunch at Art of Animation. And so once our room's ready, we're gonna check in, we're going to relax for a little bit, maybe go hang out by the pool, but then that night we are going to get on one of our favorite reasons of staying at Art of Animation is the Skyliner. So we're gonna take a Skyliner tour all the way over to Epcot, and then we're gonna jump on a bus to head to Disney Springs.
Going back to the Skyliner, I feel like another big tip, especially if you're staying on the Skyliner, I just thought it would be fun to get like a lay of the land, like beforehand. And you don't have to be staying at a Disney resort to technically take the Skyliner. You don't need a park pass to take the Skyliner to the different resorts. So that's just like something fun to do. You could even do that on an off day anytime.
And we're gonna have dinner that night at Raglan Road, and hopefully we get I haven't seen inside of it since they've kind of done some of the distancing measures. I don't know, I think indoor dining is still kind of spaced out in Florida, but that's super exciting because I love the band that plays, and I'm just gonna drink a bunch of whiskey. So
amazing, and we love the food there, so that's super fun. We also will probably try to maybe do Gideon's, I'd love to try Everglades, but I don't know if they're open that late at night, but we'll just be doing some shopping that first day.
And then hopefully getting back and getting some sleep, because the next day it is bright and early.
And it's the first park day. On our first park day, which is going to be Wednesday, June 16th, we are going to Animal Kingdom. Now, Animal Kingdom opens at 8 a.m., like very early. And also, tidbit for you guys, basically the park has been opening like an hour before actual park opening. So we wanna try to get there by like 7 or 7:15 to like get in line for Flight of Passage and do the morning rides. But basically we're gonna try to hit everything that day as much as we can. We are definitely gonna hit up Yak and Yeti for breakfast. Quick service, but still so amazing. We're probably gonna try to do quick service for lunch too. Animal Kingdom has amazing quick services.
They do.
So like if you can't get a reservation for a table service at Animal Kingdom, like don't be sad, because they have really good quick services.
And they even have good like stand stuff too. So like they have the street corn back by the safari. They have a lot of different options, and they're kind of hidden. So people that say that Animal Kingdom doesn't have any food, they're wrong.
And then after Animal Kingdom, we are going to head back to the resort. It's June when we're going, and it's going to be hot. We're probably going to be sweating and disgusting by that time. So we always recommend going back to the resort for a few hours, changing, freshening up, getting some air conditioning, and then that night, we have to get to Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom that night for sure. I feel like spending the first night at Disney just makes sense to be with the castle. On
the night of the 16th, like Alyssa said, we are gonna aim to be at Magic Kingdom, and at bare minimum, get on People Mover because it's finally flowing again. And
so excited. It's probably gonna just be whatever based on
we're gonna bop around, and
they want to do everything pretty much, so we're just gonna ride whatever.
I am so excited to see the castle all done up. So on Thursday, June 17th, we are going to be going to Epcot, and that opens at 11, but a little bit of a secret for you. They start letting guests in at 10 a.m. So you can get there and kind of go to Test Track or Frozen or whatever it is and be right in line right when they open up. And actually, we are going to go even earlier than that if the Skyliner is running.
It should be, because Hollywood Studios will be open before.
Because those lines are crazy.
Yeah, if you guys are taking the Skyliner and you want to, it's like within an hour of the park opening, the lines are going to be outrageous. So we're going to try to leave early enough that we kind of beat those crowds. We'll see how it goes. We're going to vlog it all. We're going to vlog this entire trip and all of our experiences, because I feel like we don't typically do the park open to park close, but we kind of will be doing that on this trip. So might be a little bit of different vlogs, but.
And my brother and sister-in-law like to have drinks. So obviously, you might just get some afternoon Leffersons, not late night Leffersons. But we do have lunch reservations at Via Napoli. Gonna get us some good old pizza and just try, and of course we're gonna go ride Nemo, cause duh. And also.
She loves Figment. My sister loves Figment, so we're gonna have to do that. We'll have to have a few drinks first. I told her I'd have to be like semi-intoxicated to go on.
So then after lunch, depending on how we feel, we may jump back to the resort, freshen up, clean up, scrub our pits, and then plan is to go back to Epcot if we still have some stuff we want to do, or jump over to Hollywood Studios. Who knows?
Yeah. So just also something that we are not actually doing that I would recommend for a first timer is we don't have any park passes for Hollywood Studios, which means we're not starting the day at Hollywood on any of our park days, which means we will not be riding Rise of the Resistance. The one reason why we are not is because my sister and brother-in-law are really not big Star Wars fans. They really have no desire to do any of that, which, I mean, I did tell them, of course, like, Rise is amazing, but awesome. They're like, I'd rather like spend days somewhere else, so that's fine. I mean, you guys are gonna have to plan your trip based on what you you want to do. So that's what we
Exactly.
did. So then on Friday, June 18th, we are going to Magic Kingdom. This is going to be our first morning to start Magic Kingdom off.
And it's going to be another early one. I'm looking at the notes that Alyssa made, and
it opens at 8 a.m.
And then the note right underneath that says, wake up at 5:30.
I honestly do think, like, if you guys are planning and this is your first time, like, I did put crazy times on there like that because, like, you have to have a schedule. People just think that they can come to Disney for the first time and expect to get everything done, but that's just not the case. Like, it's not. There's too much to do. So we are getting up early. It's fine. It's Magic Kingdom. It's worth it. We're gonna ride everything. We're probably gonna try to do Mine Train first because that tends to get very busy, unless if we can ride Mine Train at night on the first night that we get there.
We'll do both.
Maybe both.
But really for that, we're just gonna do everything we can. It's Magic Kingdom. It's small enough you can bebop back and forth. And again, they haven't been there. So it's all, we'll probably even do Carousel of Progress. We're doing everything.
Yes,
y'all.
and we gotta see the cavalcades because that's the morning that we're gonna be there.
But we do have lunch reservations for the third time at Skipper Canteen.
So good though.
And the table service options in Magic Kingdom are kind of few and far between.
Yeah.
And they're kind of, and then you get into the signature and it's like buku bucks.
So much.
So Skipper Canteen has kind of hit that middle ground for us. It's air conditioned. You can get alcohol. They have
so
good food.
The food is so good.
I want to see if we can be seated in a different room this time.
Yeah.
I want to show you all the back room. We've always been in the front.
And then after lunch, we're going to probably head back to the resort again for our break. And that night is probably going to be up in the air again between Hollywood Studios and Epcot. I think we're just going to feel it out. We definitely want to spend more time at Epcot, do more of World Showcase. Flower and Garden Festival is still going to be going on, so we want to hit up the booths. But we also do want to spend some nights at Hollywood Studios because they do want to ride like Rock and Roller Coaster. They want to see Toy Story Land. We just don't need to spend the morning there, so we might spend a lot of afternoons at Hollywood.
That's okay. So that brings us to Saturday, June 19th. This is our break day. So this is the day that we're checking out of Art of Animation and moving over to Riviera. We don't know, we've never done a split stay before.
No.
We're not 100% sure how it works.
I'm assuming like we just like hop on the Skyliner and bring our luggage over.
Yeah, I assume.
That's assuming. Unless if we take an Uber, I don't think we can't get like park resort to resort transportation. So we'll either have to take an Uber or do the Skyliner.
I'm sure Disney's got a way. But that's kind of going to be an early morning because we do have brunch reservations at 10:30 at Wine Bar George at Disney Springs, which is, we went there for an evening, so I've heard their brunch is like boss.
We'll leave our video down below of when we ate at Wine Bar George for dinner because it was amazing. So super excited to try their brunch.
So then after brunch, we'll kind of putz around there. Maybe if our room's ready, head back to the Riviera, unpack a little bit, and then just hang out and bask in the Riviera-ness.
Yeah, like we definitely want to spend a decent amount of time on our off day at the pool. Like,
I'm gonna live at Bar Riva.
Honestly though, like you spend all that money a night to stay at a fancy place like that, like that's basically our break day is to just be at the Riviera.
Experience it all.
Yeah, we have dinner reservations that night though.
So dinner reservations that night. Again, hands down, the best meal we've ever had on property, Topolino's Terrace. If you're like, what are you talking about? We'll leave it linked. Some of the best food that we have had. So after dinner and our bellies are full and we're just happy with wine and carbs, we may hang out at the resort or head over to the boardwalk. And I'm not sure what's open on the boardwalk.
There's a lot open now.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
I've been stalking and there's a lot open on the boardwalk. And my sister and my brother-in-law love to have drinks. So I figured that would be a nice night to kind of explore the boardwalk.
And we're gonna have to figure something out because we are gonna have a little one with us. So I don't know what is 21 plus, what isn't. Like I really wanna go to Jelly Rolls.
Yeah, I don't know if that's open. I don't know if the nightclubs are open. And even if they were, she wouldn't be able to get in.
Well, they don't card. It's fine.
Maybe we can just like switch in and out.
I'll put her on my shoulders and we can wear a long
coat. We'll have Angela and Tony going for an hour.
Yeah, and then we'll go in. It's like, it's rider swap. Writer swap, and then we'll just like color.
I don't even think it's open, so
it's all good in the hood.
It's fine.
All right.
Okay, so moving on, after our break day, I just gotta say, always recommend doing a break day, especially if you're going for a long period of time because you're gonna be exhausted.
Yep.
Disney is a very exhausting trip. So hopefully we're revived and rejuvenated from that day off because on Sunday, June 20th, we are going back to Magic Kingdom.
Of course, we have to. And that we're going to kind of clean up any loose ends that we didn't do there. If they want to see something a little bit more, we'll kind of surf and see what happens.
Yeah, so that whole morning is just going to be that. And then in the afternoon, we're going to do something fun.
We're throwing it back. One of our very first videos that we ever did was a monorail bar crawl.
Yep.
And we're bringing it back, people.
Yeah, we are.
Because we are going to go all around on the monorail to the Poly, the Grand Floridian, the Contemporary, the Wilderness Lodge, which isn't on the monorail.
It's there though.
But then back to the Riviera, and it's gonna be a hot mess, and it's gonna be great.
We do have lunch reservations at Grand Floridian Cafe, which we've never eaten at before, but we figured we could get some food in our system for this bar crawl. But we want to go to the Wilderness. We want to go to all of those resorts because I also feel like another good thing for first timers is to experience all the deluxe resorts. You don't have to stay at the deluxe resorts to be able to go to them.
No.
So we're just gonna enjoy being bougie for the day and going to all the resorts.
Well, also the monorail it's only kind of been one way to Magic Kingdom. They haven't done the whole circuit. So this is our first time since July that we actually get to go on the monorail and visit all the different places.
Yeah.
So that's super exciting.
And then that night is again up in the air, probably between Hollywood and Epcot again. It's just gonna be, nighttimes are usually just like what we're feeling.
Yeah.
Like it's all kind of up in the air, what we're feeling
We'll
that
pull
day.
out our phone and look at wait times.
Yes,
and if
a
we're
lot of
like,
it.
if they're better at Hollywood Studios, we'll jump there. Or we'll go to Epcot and be like, I just kind of want to sit in Italy and drink. Like, that's fine too. Then on Monday, June 21st, which is our last full day in the Disney bubble, we are actually going back to Animal Kingdom. Check that out. Hopefully get on an early morning safari and then maybe try and hang out at the pool that afternoon. And then whatever else we need to do that afternoon, we'll kind of wrap it up.
Yeah, usually the last day of any Disney trip is just like, okay, what have we not gotten done that is a necessity that we wanted to do during this trip? Like, definitely recommend if this is your very first Walt Disney World trip, you've got to make like lists of like top 10 things you want to do.
Those non-negotiables.
Yes.
Like you must do XYZ because that will help you prioritize your days.
Right. So basically the last day for us is always just like, what do we want to get done that we haven't done yet?
Or what did we really like we want to go back to?
And that's the great thing about park hoppers too, is that we have the ability to go anywhere that afternoon. So Animal Kingdom, obviously that morning, we love Animal Kingdom. So like never enough Animal Kingdom time. But that afternoon is just, the world is our oyster. Like it's just, we could go to 4 parks that day if we needed to do a ride at each park. That's the great thing about Park Hopper.
So that brings us to Tuesday, June 22nd, which is the day that we are checking out. We gotta check out at 11, but we are planning to go over to Disney Springs and brunch, lunch, do something. And the nice thing is the Disney resorts will hold on to your luggage until the Tragical Express comes. And you have to load up. And again, we are taking a late flight out back to Chicagoland. And so that helps with getting the most out of that last day there.
Yeah, exactly. So our Tragical Express, which is basically, it's actually the Magical Express, but coming back, we call it the Tragical Express because it's very sad that we are leaving. We never want to leave, but our Tragical Express probably won't come until like 5:30 or 6.
It is 3 hours before your flight.
Yes.
So it leaves your hotel 3 hours before your flight. Our flight's 8:50, so 8, 7, 6, 5:50.
So around 5:45-ish will probably be our time. So that really gives us a full day. I mean, we definitely want to spend more time at the Riviera too, spend more time at the pool. Any day that we're staying at the Riviera, we're gonna try to get a few hours of pool time in just to really get our full Riviera experience. And another thing is that our plans, on any of these plans, can change because I feel like when we're in Disney, we get tired or we want to do something else and we change our plans all the time. We will probably add on some extra reservations. I'm gonna be trying for that sci-fi at Hollywood Studios. I'm gonna be trying for Oga's. I'm gonna be trying for all the good reservations like the day before.
I feel like
get something.
I feel like for our daily vlogs, we should like tell you what we want to do and then see if we actually do it.
Yeah, exactly. But that's it. That is our week-long Disney trip and our short Disney trip before.
Yep.
I feel like we're gonna be spending the next like month in Disney and I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really exciting.
And again, you know, if you see us at the parks, it might be a little bit easier to identify us at the parks because you don't have to wear masks outside anymore.
Yeah.
So if you see us, make sure to say hi. The secret word is, hey, Leffersons. You can yell it across and we're like, hey! So yeah, if you
Definitely
see us,
say hi.
Yeah,
Yes,
100%.
Exactly. And as always, we've said this a million times during this video, follow us on Instagram.
At
because
the Leffersons.
I know when we're not at Disney, we definitely don't post as much. Mainly because like we're trying to get through the end of the school year. We're just super busy. But when we're at Disney, we go hard on Instagram. So make sure to follow us on there as well.
That's it.
That is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this long trip announcement. If you enjoyed it, give it that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Let us know if you have any questions. Let us know if you're gonna be there at the same time we're gonna be there.
Yep.
Or let us know how many days you have until your Disney vacation.
Exactly.
So excited. Subscribe for more Disney content and we will see you real soon. Bye guys.
I'm gonna go pack.